It's important when you work at Martha Stewart to be comfortable.
People are actually doing and making things.
This company has always attracted really, really interesting people.
Oh, we have some very chic girls working at this company. Darcy Miller is one of my idols because with 3 little girls at home, Darcy has never, ever not come to the office looking fabulous.
I'm Darcy Miller, and I'm the editor-at-large of Martha Stewart Weddings. I think for me, fashion and what I wear and what I carry is about things that are meaningful, comfortable, and of course, you always want to look a little glamorous.
I would describe my style as pretty eclectic. I'm not afraid to mix things that don't seem to naturally go together. Hi, I'm Sarah Carey, the editorial director of Food and Entertaining for Martha Stewart Living.
Style I love, it's not kind of cookie cutter what they're wearing, what's on the runway. It's more what really suits them and what works well with them. I tend to like a lot of Japanese designers. I'm half Japanese. I'm Melissa Ozawa, and I am the garden and features editor at Martha Stewart Living magazine.
I would describe my style as an eccentric senior citizen. I love Bjork and her style because it's so conceptual and she seems to transform herself through her clothing. Hi, I'm Naomi De Mañana. I'm the style director of Martha Stewart Weddings magazine.
I feel like I've always been a little bit edgy. I grew up listening to a lot of metal and punk music, and so that definitely inspired my wardrobe. Hi, I'm Deanne Kazurski. I'm the digital executive editor at Martha Stewart Living.
Walking around and finding that serendipitous purchase, that's often when I find the things that I really love. This skirt is from The Gap, circa the late 90s. Some years it comes out of the closet, some years it doesn't, but this year it seems to be having a moment. I'm Amy Conway, editor-in-chief of Martha Stewart Weddings.
Well, women's workwear has changed tremendously since I started going to work.
I think people probably think that you come in and everybody's sort of like walking around in khaki pants and a sweater draped over your shoulder.
The style vibe at Martha Stewart is pretty casual. Actually, here's a funny story. Years ago, our HR department decided that the dress code would include no jeans. Martha shows up to the company meeting wearing jeans, and she said, I don't mind jeans as long as they're not sloppy, and so then, there went that part of the policy.
The style aesthetic among my coworkers varies a lot. People do so many different things here.
Sometimes you're on a ladder, sometimes you're dyeing Easter eggs, sometimes you're processing flowers.
If I'm out in a garden, I'm wearing jeans and something comfortable and Wellingtons. I love a good schmata.
I spend a lot of time in the kitchen, in which instance I'm generally going to be seen wearing a pair of jeans, a t-shirt, and an apron with clogs.
The time is right, you also have to be appropriately dressed to be at someone's wedding.
Other times if I go to events, I'm a little more dressed up.
I'll go back and forth between that sort of very simple basic uniform and something a little bit more eclectic.
I think the great thing about Martha Stewart is that it's such a mix of talented people and everyone has their own personal style and everyone brings something to the table.
People are really themselves, whether they're wearing Vanessa Bruno or Rachel Comey or they're wearing Marnie, they do it so it looks like them and not like straight from a shoot.
Know that if you're expressing your true self through your clothing, that it will be appreciated. Because I feel like my style is pretty unusual, and yet people still appreciate it, and I feel comfortable.